Board Game Geek Hall of Fame, the 25 games that were inducted this year. We're going to go through them, talk about how they do at a retail store like Games Unlimited. Unfortunately, this next one we have not had in stock in about 5 years. It just hasn't had a printing. That is Reiner Knizia's Tigris and Euphrates. Now, Reiner Knizia is probably the most prolific, well-known Eurogame style designer out there. Tigris and Euphrates, as many people consider, his magnum opus. And it uses a very, what's become known as a Knizia-esque design, which is, you've got multiple tracks you're trying to score, but at the end of the game, it's your lowest track that is your score. So you can't just specialize it. I'm going to move up on the red track. That's not going to do you any good because which track did you ignore? That's the one that you're going to get points for. So it really pushes players to have to kind of diversify and do a little bit of everything and always push towards whatever scoring element they are weakest on. Push that one up. Now, Tigris and Euphrates does this really cool thing where it's almost acquire-like in some sense. You've got a board, you are placing different elements out on the board, but you don't necessarily control them. You will place your rulers and you will place your farmers and things out there to give you influence on it, but when it eventually mashes up with another player, it's the player who has the most influence on the colors in that section that's ultimately going to take control over it, get the points for it. So it really has a lot of cool things going on. Actually, fairly robust two-player mode. It's a game that, when it first came out, wasn't necessarily considered a strong two-player game, but I know in modern-day times, a lot of people play two-player Tigris and Euphrates and love it. There was a reprint. The last time I saw that we had copies of Tigris and Euphrates in stock was in 2020. There was a Fantasy Flight reprint then, but I don't believe it's been reprinted since then. So as far as how well it would sell in today's environment, I'm not sure, but still ranked very highly by players. I think it is a great addition to the Hall of Fame, just because of how novel it was at the time. This idea of, oh, I've got to score my lowest thing. Other Knizia games do it too, Ingenious being the one that comes to my mind, but this one had the more chunky, a little bit more involved things going on, and the way that the head-to-head fighting, even though there's not really fighting in the game on the map, worked is just really, really cool and interesting. I definitely recommend playing Tigris and Euphrates if you can find a copy. I'm Kylie here at Games Unlimited. We'll continue with the Board Game Geek Hall of Fame soon. Go unbox some fun.